Hi, my name is Kalle and I work at Peltarion. You got a single label classification problem if your input data consists of labeled images containing exactly one of multiple classes. For example, images of skin lesions that are either benign or malignant, images of solar panels that are either defective or functional, images that contain exactly one handwritten number from 0 to 9. I'll now show you how to use the Peltarion platform for this kind of problem, but if you haven't already, you should sign up for free at peltarion.com/signup. Right, so this is the Peltarion platform. First thing you need to do is to create a project. We call it Project 1. And this is the datasets view, where you can import your dataset. And you can do that in several different ways. You can import it from your data warehouse or directly from your local computer via data API or from a URL. In this case, we're going to show you how to import it directly from your computer. So we click on Choose Files, and we select the MNIST RGB, and which is the famous MNIST dataset, and we open it up and start to upload. So this zip file that I upload contains all the images, and we support JPEG and PNGs, and corresponding CSV, index CSV. And the index CSV is a simple text file where the columns are separated by a comma. Each column will be imported as a dataset feature, where the name of the feature is taken from the first line. You need to have at least two features, the images and the target classes. To specify the images, write the name of the image file together with the path inside the zip file if they're located in subfolders. Right, so now the dataset is imported and you can check all the settings in the datasets view. We have already split the dataset into a training subset and a validation subset. This is the categorical feature and this is the images. These are the images. So what we do now, we click Save Version and click Use in Experiment. So here we can see we have the dataset is selected and we're training subset and the validation subset are selected. And then we go to Choose Snippet. And the snippet, it's a pre-built neural network architecture that is available on the platform. We have several snippets that are good for single label image classification. And we add more all the time. Because these can be quite large and it's quite hard to build them by yourself. So it's really good that we have them here at your fingertips. You should try the smallest steps model first, since it will be fast to train and may already be complex enough to model your data well. But if the results aren't no good, you can move towards increasingly deep models in later experiments. If available, you should try use the pre-trained weights in the Initialize Weights tab. Then, if you have the pre-trained weights, then the snippet has already learned the basic representations from the dataset that it has been trained on, and you can now fine-tune it on your own, more domain-specific datasets to provide more value for you. So now we select the CNN, and then the modeling canvas becomes populated with the CNN snippet. The input feature is already set, and the target feature is already set. All other settings are also set, like batch size and learning rates and stuff like that. And but of course you can change whatever you want in this model view. But in this case, we just click Run, and the model starts to run. So now in the evaluation view, you can see in real time how the model is performing as it's learning from the data. Now we have fast forward a bit, so this model has already been trained. You can, in this graph, you can see the loss function, but you can also see other metrics as macro precision or macro recall, for example, in this case. When it comes to loss function, you want smaller values because that means fewer errors. Therefore, the first thing to look for is the loss of the validation set. This is the dark curve. You want it to decrease as the model trains on more and more epochs. We want it to be as close as possible to 0, and in this case it's epoch 8. So we're going to take this epoch 8 and we're going to go to deployment. So we're going to create a deployment and we select epoch 8, and there we go, and then we'll enable this deployment, and now it's all set. We have the URL here and token and the features, and we're going to test it. So let's test it. So we have created this web app where you can test your deployments for single label image classification, and we're going to use image of a number 4. This is number 4. So let's see if our model predicts well. That's all. Easy. You can find out more on the Peltarion Knowledge Center, but you always learn best if you try out yourself. So sign up now at peltarion.com/signup and start experimenting. Bye.